Hi, and welcome back to part two, July 2026. I'm Ellie Molina, and we are going to talk about some super important astrological dates coming up for the next few weeks until the end of the month. So get your paper, get your pen, get your calendars, and start circling. The first day that we're working with is today. It is July 14th. There's a new moon, and we are still Mercury retrograde. And so one of the things we want to notice about this is that it's a great day for generating new ideas. Okay, July 15th, the is one of those days that you want to circle only because we're curious. So on a very mundane level, this may be just another one of those days that you go to the office. However, historically, this may be the beginning of a new era and one that we have been predicting. If you think back to what we've been talking about years ago with Pluto coming now into our environment and Pluto returning on the scene in such a new way that we haven't seen historically. So now we're get to experience Pluto's effect on many of the planets. So this is historically the new era that we have been predicting in spirituality, philosophy, and creativity taking on new levels. Now, when the last time this happened was between 1966 to 1968. So if you take a look historically to see what was going on, it's very important that we start to take our collective consciousness and move it into higher frequency, higher levels, so that we do not repeat what happened in the past. Now, the big news is we got two big newses. Number one is that if you follow along to the very end, you will see that there is going to be the luckiest day of the calendar year here for us during this month. The day that we want to pay attention to right now is July 18th. Many astrologers are talking about this day, and we have a Uranus trine Pluto, and this is a transit that's going to happen 5 times until 2028. Huge changes will transpire, and I mean huge, the kind that we will only be able to see in hindsight, and that we have the fertile ground right now where these seeds are getting sown. The last time that we had this transit historically was in 1921 to 1922. And it was during that time that the world began to embrace Hitler, Mussolini, that we had the rise of fascism and the rise of communism. And so we want to pay careful attention to what we are bringing into the world at this time. So many astrologers are saying, oh, that something big is going to happen on this particular date. And it's not so much the date itself, it is what will happen 5 times over the next 2 years that is going to be important for us. Consciousness is an amazing gift, and we can use our consciousness to move pendulums from events that work against humanity to events that are for humanity. And it's our awareness and our focus that will determine which way the pendulum of our humanity is going to swing now over the course of the next 2 years. This is up to us. We are never as helpless as we have been conditioned to believe. So again, on July 18th with Mars sextile Saturn, it's also a fabulous day to work on details in your own personal life and your business. Take a look at your numbers. Okay, take control of your life, take control of what's happening in your own environment. The 20th is a day to circle. If you have been diligently pursuing your goals in business, personal life, career, love life, this is a day that you may see rewards coming your way. It's a very fortuitous day. It's Jupiter trine with Neptune in Leo and Aries. Now, here's one of the bigger days. We got the biggest one coming on July 21st. This is an excellent day for fortune and opportunity. Lady luck, fortuna can rain down on you like never before. This is a day for causing and creating miracles. So create one for yourself, declare it for yourself, pay attention. This is another thing that's on this day is that Jupiter sextile Uranus and the energy is highlighted and it is high. And then prepare yourself. If you're creating miracles, prepare yourself for the luckiest day of 2026. So just stay with me now. July 22nd, the sun enters Leo. So happy birthday, Leos. This is your year, including those with the ascendant and the moon in Leo. Until July 2027, open your arms and gather up all the abundance this year. Those good luck beams are shining on you, so you really want to collect them and bring them into your life. Everyone, prepare yourself again. Here comes the luckiest day soon. So July 23rd, Mercury goes direct and it ends the retrograde. July 24th is another important astrological day. It's great for socializing and the bigger pictures. Neptune sextile Pluto comes together a few times over the next few years, exactly 12 times from now until 2032. And this brings about big changes in the subconscious and the collective for the masses. Remember what I said a few days before on the 18th. The collective consciousness now begins to focus on spiritual advances. It is a time for raising consciousness and a time for protecting the planet and setting the pendulum for greater good for the world. On July 26th, the sun opposes Pluto and Saturn goes retrograde. And the sun is, so this is a day to keep low key, all right? Avoid asking for big favors, avoid asking for a raise or anything that challenges someone's authority. It can wait till the 27th. On July 27th, the sun trines Neptune, and this is a good day to dream big and ask for that which you held off for on the 26th. And if you're listening to this in advance, it's a good day to mark your calendar so that if you do decide to ask for something important, wait till the 27th to ask for it. Then on the 29th, we have the full moon in Aquarius and the sun conjunct Leo. And this is our luckiest day of the calendar year. So use this day to generate, call in, bring in your luck, and plan for your luck to arrive. Remember, we sow the seeds of what it is that we want. It is our intention, it is our consciousness, it is our awareness, and it is our language. If you do need any assistance in crafting some really great aromatherapy or ritual formulas, you can always pick up my book, Zauberkraft. It did make the bestseller list on Amazon for a few days in new releases, and it's a lovely book. It's got some really fun and very potent, powerful recipes in there. I wish you all a very safe, happy, healthy month, and I'll see you in August. Take care and thanks for listening.